Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. So today that our topic is music, the arts of music, I wanted to, for all of us to begin with music, with the harmony of music. So I just asked 15 minutes ago to Guille if he would be able to connect with all of us to start like this. So for those who are new here, I would like to let you know that Guille, here present, he is the one in charge of the design and the composition of the music that we use every day for the alignments. So the music that we use for every alignment, every meditation that we are doing since the very beginning is designed, done by Guille. Thank you, Guille. He just said that of course, that as always we do, has been improvised, but with a lot of essence, everything that we do. So he said that this is it. That's it, because all that we have to integrate was music, the rhythm, the harmony, and the melody, and all this was inside the song. So basically, that's the whole information. So I hope that we all are in harmony, getting inside this topic of music. Today, we will review some of the things that we have spoke about music many times last year, but I guess that is important to take a look into this again sometimes, and we will add some other point of view, which is the concept of arts and music as a part of the soul in Taurus. Let's begin by what is the meaning of music. Music, even though we today relate it to songs and to singing and sounds and all that, actually the origin, the meaning of music is not related with sound. It's related with a specific translation that really means high thinking or high thoughts, elevated way of thinking. So let's go into why it means that. Music comes from the Greek language, from musa eikos, that means related. Eikos means related to the muse. We have spoken about the muses. The muses are these divinities that inspire humans to do beauty, to make art. So they inspire them to do literature, to do poetry, to do architecture, sculpture, dancing, and of course singing and playing instruments. So everything that was related with the concept of creativity was related to the muses. So this is why to be related with the muses in Greek language is musike. Musike, that is the origin of music. Eventually, the other arts took different names, because musike is like the whole school of arts. So eventually sounds and singings and playing the instruments was much more related with the word music, because it's kind of the mother of all the others. The sound, because the word creates, the word singing was one of the main bases of all things. So the word muse comes from the Indo-European language mun swa. Mun meaning thinking, to think about something, and swa meaning speaking. So the thought that is spoken, which means that you are singing, that you are bringing these ideas into the outside. So basically, it's creativity, what you have within, and put it outside. So munswa is the origin of the word mus, and so these spirits will send the music. So let's go to what muses represent for the world, for the universe. While Guille was playing the piano, I wrote this. So musique means spoken thoughts. So basically means the manifestation of all our ideas. Music, because of this, music is kind of the main art that can hold the rest of the arts, because it's the one that explains the vibration, the waves. So because of these waves, all the rest of the things exist. That's why music is kind of the base of everything. Remember that we have spoken many times, the universe is thoughts, is ideas. So these ideas basically are a wave in which particles move through, and these waves also can be in different states of vibration. So here we have that the idea, the thought, is basically the wave. The wave is the thought, and then according to the vibration, and then this wave starts to vibrate, and by this vibration we can say spoken. The vibration is the spoken. So let's say that the wave is the thought and the vibration is spoken. That's when we say, and God, the idea, said, let be light. So God, the idea, said. Okay? So this is how we can get the concept, okay? That instead of saying the spoken thought, we can say the wave that vibrates. So when we speak in religious terms, we will say God said the word. When we speak like poetry, we will say a spoken thought. When we speak much more objective, we will say a vibration, a wave that vibrates. Okay, is the same. We can say, for example, here, remember that here we have time and space, the two constants of the universe. Space will be the wave. All this wave, the violet one, is space. And then we have different moments that we have that we call frequency, and that would be time. Okay, frequency is the time. We spoke about this yesterday. So this wave here, that we see it like the waves of a sea, are called rhythm. Rhythm comes from the word that means flow or flux, to flow. So basically, rhythm is describing how the movement is constant. For example, let's say that this sounds like ta 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 ta. Okay? So we usually can say that rhythm is like the repetition of something. But rhythm is not the repetition of something, it's the constant of something. It's the constant flow of something. You see the difference? The difference of rhythm is not the repetitions, is the constant of repetitions. So to see the rhythm as a constant, we can see now the notes and how they repeat constantly in a cycle. Okay, so for example, we have here the one note, which is C. So dun 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 dun, and then dun, it repeats itself in the octave. So we have the 7 notes. Ancient times we only used 5, which was the pentatonic, but now we have the 7. And once we reach the 7th, we repeat the same vibration, but in a higher vibration or in a lower vibration if I go back. So this means that this one here, for example, will vibrate in 220, for example, 220, which means that in the next octave will be 440. It's double. And then this one doubles again in 880, or this one down into 110. So it's the same. It divides, or multiplies, okay, by 2. So it's another one. So this is what we call to go into another octave of consciousness, to go higher in consciousness. This is what it would mean to rise up the vibration. But this is all rhythm. What I want to say here is that is a constant, is something that is constantly happening. So then you can use it either way. You can use it whatever, but this is kind of the constant that you have. So as you see here, rhythm is not related with the beauty of the music itself. It's related with the code that helps the music to exist, which basically is mathematics, is about numbers and codes and multiplication, division, and all these kind of things that structure and order the sounds according to the amount of frequencies that we have. This rhythm, this constant, is related to the amount of the quantity of hertz, which is the quantity of time, the amount of time that one note can vibrate per second. So, for example, we have here this one, so it means that when you touch this note, dong, it will vibrate 220 times per second. Okay, so the same will happen here. When I touch this note, it will vibrate 440 times. Dong, only one touch. Okay, that's hertz. As higher the amount of times that vibrates, will be higher the vibration, so it will be more acute, the sound. And as lower it vibrates, the less times it vibrates, it will be like lower. When we are saying, for example, how many hertz is the earth vibrating right now, or how many hertz is our bodies or our chakras or music, so it will determine in which level of vibration we are. It means that the matter is vibrating, the chords of the matter are vibrating in that amount of number, like that quantity of vibrations per second. 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz is the range in which humans can hear. Under or above, we cannot hear. Maybe the dogs, of course, the dogs can. but for us, we cannot. So eventually, in one point here, we start to have many problems, and even the ear can explode. Okay, so in between this is what we can hear. So important to know that in between this, there's no a perfect vibration. There is no the one that this is the one that we have to use and everyone has to use this one. No, every vibration is useful for something, but we have to figure out which one we need according to what we are doing. For example, someone that is mental, that is working or needs to work with them, will need a certain vibration, specifically a certain amount of hertz. Someone that is living through other or needs to ground in the earth will need another kind of vibration of hertz. Okay, so it's not the good one or the only one. We are working with a 432 because we are on service to the planet, and 432 is the one that vibrates with the high heart chakra. Okay, so we are on service of the planet. That we do music in that vibration, in that hertz, but it doesn't matter in which one you use it if you know that you need it. So now we have harmony. What is harmony? Harmony means together the parts. Okay, so harmony means harmony when you have three notes, for example, three different things that you put together and they resound, which means that they sound kind of the same. So because they sound kind of the same, they resound one to another. So they are harmonic, which means, like, for example, you put C, E, and C, D, E, F, G, E, G. If you have C, E, and G together, you will have resonance. Okay, so you have the three in balance, and that's harmony. This is one of the other things that you cannot interpret normally, but your brain is doing it all the time, because the brain is trying to get all the information, all the data from the outside in codes, not in melody. Because of these codes that the brain interprets, we are able to listen the melody. But the only way in which we can relate with this, in which we can understand the music, is because the brain interprets these codes. You get rhythm and harmony, rhythm and harmony together. So these two will give you the code that something is repeating, and the harmony is that they are resonance. The things that repeat are resonant to each other. So that's what the brain needs. The brain says, oh, now I'm relaxed, that I could get that there are data that is repeating and that is connected to one another. Basically, is that. So then we have melody. Melody, coming from melo, means parts of something. So melody, meaning parts, means that we have one part, another part, another part, another part, another part. So basically, the melody is the interpretation of the unity between rhythm and harmony. This is why we listen the melody, because the brain is in charge to put together the rhythm and the harmony. When they get together, we can hear the melody. So that's why we usually listen to the melody. We don't pay attention to the rhythm and the harmony. The brain does that. So now the important thing about this here is that this rhythm and this harmony is according, or the brain interpreted it according to our own biorhythm and our own inner harmony. And this is how the brain matches with ourselves the music that we like and the music that we don't like. You get this? So this explains also how not only in music but also with people, sometimes we can't even stand someone speaking or singing or whatever, because we are not in the same resonance. For example, myself, I had friends that told me that at the first time they couldn't even listen to me because they couldn't stand my voice. And it happens to me too with other people that I like those people, but I can't listen to them because I can't resound with them. So this explains how or why we love to hear some people and we can't hear some people. We love to hear some music and we hate to hear some music. Okay? Because rhythm and harmony are related to our brain. So this happens with people and also, of course, with music. So this is because the brain is interpreting everything through rhythm and harmony. So the brain administrates that information according to the resonance that they have inside. So if they have some resonance, if they have so if this rhythm and this melody are resonant with information that we have within, the brain will storage that according to that vibration that we have. So all the codes that we have within ourselves that match with this rhythm and this harmony will be put in the same place or activate the same information, meaning that in music, people, we start to awake the previous data of this rhythm and harmony that awakens, for example, an emotion, a feeling, an intention. So it's because of the storage of the rhythm and harmony and the data inside the brain. So this is kind of like killing the magic of music, but actually it's like how we interpret that. We humans started to use this. This is the summer of music, but we started to use this in a very natural way in our own evolution through history. In history, we started to evolve using this resonance since the very beginning, because we were looking for energy. So we spoke the other days that since the very beginning in the atomic realm, all of us are looking for the balance, stability. So this kind of explains also the looking for the twin soul, okay, which basically is to look for the other electron or proton in positive or negative to create the structure to find stability. Yeah. So through thousands of years of evolution, we have been designing different ways in which we could administrate that energy within through this state of vibration. So through thousands of years of evolution in the animal realm, we started to design a way to attract that energy. How? By reproduction, and we use the sound to call the mate, to call the mate or to make away the others, the enemies. So we started to use sound like a bird singing, wolf barking. So the animals started to use the vibration, the sounds as a way of calling energy. So eventually, when humans appear, we started to find a tool in imitating the nature to tell to us what are the best praise or what are the good places or so on. So we started to imitate the sounds of the animals and nature, and these sounds evolved in what we call words. And the interaction of these words is what we call a language. So basically, imitating the communication of nature, we started to create many languages. So because we were imitating nature, one of the things that we did actually was to imitate the singing of the birds, the sounds of some animals that kind of felt like songs. So we begin our communication by singing. So this made that during the first time of humanity, singing was one of the main ways of communication, to sing aside the fire and so on, to share information through singing. So to wrap this idea, let's remember that we are vibration. We are constituted by vibration. So what we can say about this is that this music, this vibration, is living through our own lives. We have a rhythm in our life. We have a rhythm of seconds, hours, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, and we kind of repeat things every certain times. So our entire life is a wave of rhythm. And in this wave of rhythm, we relate with people that we resound with, that we feel comfortable with, and that's harmony. So we start in harmony throughout our rhythm. So that's the basis of our life. And then inside that rhythm and inside that harmony, we discover our I am, our self, the thing that makes us be unique, that makes us be special in between all the rest, that we will call our melody. Our melody will be the thing that makes us be unique. So to understand these concepts of music, it's not for you to go and play an instrument after this. Is to recognize that when you understand this, you can play your instrument in life. You can understand how your life works. So you can play your symphony. We are music made into matter. For us to recognize who we are, we have to find out our own music, our inner music within. So in order to discover that, we have to sing. We have to sing, we have to talk and pay attention to our words. We have to share, we have to play an instrument even if we don't know how. We have to play with the sound. We have to create music, to pay attention to which kind of music we like, which kind of music we listen to. If we don't listen to anything, so what would you hear? So the task would be to pay attention to the sounds, the music that we receive from the outside, and which one we like and which one we don't, in order to see in which resonance we are vibrating. And after that, we start to create our own music from inside in order to create, to find out your inner potential from your soul. And it's important to know that there is no the right music. there are music. And there is a music for each situation and each operation. As we have different hertz, we have different musics for each situation. So it doesn't matter how horrible a song can sound for us. It's basically music useful for certain things. So remember, we are music made into matter. The vibration for today is re. The statement for today is I am guardian of truth.